Second Esdras 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Call Halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the whole elect men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity throughout four corners of the earth. And shalom to the very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting order in these last days. I'm the brother Amawan coming to the video. Lord willing, is edifying and to the point, right? So I want to go inside the article, right, of what? From End Time Headlines, first and foremost. It says, U.S. shoppers begin stocking up on essentials as port strikes pressure prices to go higher than ever. Hey, call Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not just the only brother that's hyped and geeked up in the spirit, man. You know, because we've been warning, and hey, Scripture says, matter of fact, let's just bring it out. Let's just bring it out. You know, it's the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 3, the point. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, right? We talk about food famine. You know, that's a lot. It's hitting a lot in the book of 2 Esdras 15 and 16, you know? Hey, the vision is yet for an appointed time. Hey, we about to see with this port strike. Excuse me. Now I'm slacking. But with this port strike, hey, it's finna turn things from inflation to hyperinflation, right? You know, so with them cutting this port off, right? Excuse me. Imports can't come in, imports can't go out. So whatever on the shelf is on the shelf, you know. So soon to come, people that have been bullshitting, not wanting to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, they're about to really understand what we've been telling them from years ago, right? Cannibalism is gonna be on the scene, you know. The love of many is, you gonna understand these scriptures in that day, man. Matthew 24 and 12 said, the love of many shall wax cold. When there's no more food on them shelves, you're gonna understand who was telling you to get prepared in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, so you can overcome these things, right? Because the Lord already gave us told us what was up when shit like this start happening. My servant's gonna eat. My servant's gonna drink, right? And another thing I want to say is, with this port closing up, you got a lot of people that's prescribed on medicine, right? You finna see people's really in demon mode, man. Because a lot of folks, they thrive off those prescription pills, you know. So just imagine when that last pill go out, you know, and they only got 13 hours of that, you know. Let's just say 13 hours of that pill to hold them over. And once that pill is done and ran its course, I mean, we out here tripping, you know. So we in for a good one, man. 2025 is gonna be a real good one. Right, so it says U.S. shoppers begin stocking up on essentials as port strikes pressure prices to go higher than ever. Right, it's beautiful because they're going higher than ever, and they're also going to come to a time like never before. Right, going to the book of Jeremiah 30 and 7. So let's read some of this, and let's grab some precepts to correlate with it. As American shipping ports from Texas to Maine prepare for a potential strike. Let's see if we can grab a definition for potential. Right? Having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future. Right? And it says what happened on October the 1st. That's tomorrow. Right? It's just potential, possible, and it's a high possible, because they haven't came to the agreement. So, Lord willing, tomorrow it's going to be hitting. And if it didn't, and if it wasn't to hit tomorrow, it's going to happen anyway. It's going to eventually happen, right? Because that's a part of prophecy, right? A famine of food is going to happen, you know. And we're going to bring out the scriptures, you know, to prove. So like you have to prove as well. The proof, my bad. It says, as American shipping ports from Texas to Maine prepare for a potential strike, consumers are beginning to stock up on essential supplies as experts warn the industry conflict could cause shortages and price hikes on everyday items. Hey, man, it's starting to look like that movie Leave the World Behind, right? Just saying, right? But hey, and then at this, with this being said, right? Hey, when people start panic buying and stuff like this, hey, just be aware. It's people eyeing on you. Cause when this shit hit the fan, and you may have more money than them, you know, and when they food go out, well, I seen Mr. Johnson got down to about 6 trips back and forth to the car. I know he got some more shit. You know, hey, it's finna get a dog eat dog world. You know, every survival of the fittest. It's finna get real ugly out here, man. Just off of this food alone. See, it's cool when, you know, a shutdown happens and it's just tissue. It's a whole different bracket when it's a shutdown happen like this for imports, you know, and that food get low, right? Because America is the most gluttonous city ever, right? Niggas are feed they face into, you know, what we call a food coma, you know. So they don't know how to go without, right? But we come to the time where they about to go without, right? You finna see mass death to the point people want to just give up the ghost. Matter of fact, let me bring that scripture out right quick. Because of the hunger, the pain. Lamentations 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, right? So you'll be in a better case of just getting hit with a sword, a little sword, a gun. You'll be in a better case than that. Than what? Going days with your food touching your back, stomach touching your back. You know, you're literally dying from the inside out. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the wants of the fruits of the field. Right? Because the thing about it is, people are panic buying, they're buying whatever, stocking up whatever. But when shit really hit the fan, you may not even be home. You know, just being real. You know? But the thing is, you're going to be wanting fruits. You're going to be wanting some food, right? When that food, let's say you are at home, you know, that food that you have is going to run out. You know? And that's really the rest of your faith. You know? Because like in the book Isaiah 65, right, in 13, right, I grab it. The Lord tell you how his servant will eat, his servant shall drink. You know, and that's our faith. And that's for the long haul. You know, we already know that we may go days without eating. We already ready for that, you know, because we're preparing ourselves in the spirit. You know, fasting, that's what the Lord wants you to do anyway. Fast. You know, put yourself already inside the shoes of that time frame, you know. Excuse me. Verse 10, the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Right? Panic buying. Once that food goes out, what are you going to be looking at? You're going to look at them kids, man. You know, newborns. It's finna get slap ugly out here, man. It says, if there's a strike, prices in the supermarkets will go up higher than ever, right? And like we said, we know it's nothing like, well, I mean, men and women that have discernment, you know, you always try to buy a little bit extra here and there, so you don't be in the same condition as these folks that's, you know, inside the supermarket finna kill each other for the next roll of tissue, the last 3 gallons of water, so you have to, bypass all of that stuff. So like we say, there's nothing wrong with getting those things, right? But don't let that be your faith, right? And it's also just going to show you that, hey, we already know things are finna go from inflation to hyperinflation, right? It says if there's a strike, prices in the supermarkets will go up higher than ever. Is it Gristedes? He got a tough name. It says supermarket's chairman and CEO John, can't even say his last name, says on Varney and Co. Monday. I wasn't prepared because I didn't know about the strike, but now that I do, I'll investigate, I'll look into it. One woman told Fox Business Madison Alworth on Friday at a Gristedes store in New York City. I would stock up as much, not ridiculously, but at least try to get a few more items to have just in case. Right? And this right here will hit a lot of people off guard. A lot of people don't even know about it. Right? It says, yes, I am worried. Another shopper told Alworth, it's hard to be able to make ends meet as it is. It's going to be even worse, right? Man, nothing but second edges 15 and 16, right? It says, unionized dock workers in the International Longshoremen, right? Longshoremen, whichever one, association which represents 45,000 members at East Coast and Gulf Coast ports may go on strike beginning October 1st if an agreement isn't reached by the end of Monday. And it's crazy because, like I said, that's supposed to be tomorrow if I'm mistaken. Right? And going back to that the other the paragraph before it said, yes, I'm worried. Another shopper told Alworth, it's hard to be able to make ends meet as it is. It is going to be even worse. Man, let's grab the scripture in the book of Second Edges 15. Because with that being said, people don't have the money now. So just imagine when shit's jacked up, prices are jacked up, $30 for one apple. Niggas gonna lose their mind. Right? This Second Edges 15 in verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, right? Steal their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? Because, when it comes down to it, when the shelves get empty, just know that the prices for those items will go higher, So if you don't have the money to pay for it, what are you going to do? You're gonna have your eye towards what? Your neighbor, in your neighborhood. I stay in apartments, it's gonna get ugly. You door to door. You ain't really got no space like that, man, inside the apartment. So that's all you're gonna see, a bunch of looting, right? Then at that, we're gonna be inside, Esau's, his favorite month, October. You finna see a lot. They say a man should have no pity, right? When you have no pity towards nobody, you're not sparing nobody about nothing. You're not feeling sorry, no sympathy or nothing, right? And that's what just coming out of this crisis right here, right? And like I said, Lord willing, it does happen. We want it to happen. I want to put the picture for it as well, because it said from Texas all the way to what? To Maryland, Maine. Right? So look at all these states, man. Right? This alone can make Jacob's trouble pop off. Right? You got Texas, Louisiana, man, you got Alabama, shit, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, right? She might go ahead and throw Mississippi in there as well, you know. But you know, it's just the point, man. Potential port strike locations, right? And scripture says the storehouse is going to be suddenly found empty real soon. Let's go ahead and grab that. 2 Ezra chapter 6. And as I'm doing this video, this lesson right now, I'm still getting notifications. Right, I got one on my news break. It says Eastern Gulfport expecting shutdown following the ILA strike. Right, because this right here is heavy. Right, but and it also follows up with the scripture. So, Lord willing, you know, this right here, it pulls through tomorrow. You know, 2 Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? And what's going to make that happen? Hey, you can't bring in no imports, and America is based off of imports, importing, exporting. You know, getting goods from other places. You know, so once the docks are closed off because they need more money. Hey, what? These storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, all at an instance, right? And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. They shall be suddenly afraid, right? Because niggas don't really understand what's going on until they walk inside Walmart, Costco, or wherever you go to get your groceries, and that shit not there, man. The shelves are naked. It already told you in the article, right? U.S. shoppers began stocking up on essentials as port strikes pressure prices to go higher than ever. So people are already trying to go ahead and pay and get as much things as possible. So when it happens, they got a little cushion for a time, you know. And I forgot what video I was watching where a man was speaking, the Edomite man was speaking, but he was like, you know, something like that happened. Hey, they gonna go from to the shipyards, right? Distribution centers. And after that, once they didn't got all the foods and items out of the distribution centers and the warehouses and on the docks and stuff like that, hey, they go to your house. You know, once they finish sweeping out of the stores, stuff like that, next spot is people's houses, man. Right? Let's jump down to into 24. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Right? This how bad the Lord finna turn shit upside down, man. Hey, death is finna be, man. Let me grab that right quick. Death is finna go. It's finna skyrocket, man, due to the lack of food. Right? And it's also a time where you finna see who the true believers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are, right? They're gonna patiently wait, right, for the next meal. It says Isaiah 24 and 12, and because iniquity shall abound, right, shall increase, the love of many shall wax cold, right? Man, going back to 2 Ezra 15 and 19, man, you know? Damn, I keep yawning, man. Excuse me. And let me grab that 2 Ezra 16, right? That was pretty heavy, right? With all of that being said, a famine is definitely finna be on the earth, right? But also those miracles that the Lord has promised us will be here as well, right? So to the Akimil Wa Aqua, don't panic like the way these other people are panicking. You know, 'cause we straight. We've been building up. We've been putting on our armor. You know, we've been counting the calls. We've been prepping for the storm come, like how it says in the book of Matthew, I think chapter 6. You know, building our our foundation upon Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. We're gonna be straight, right? And I'm gonna go from 17 all the way down to 22. Second Ezra 16 verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, right? Indicating, Ezra is here again, and also, hey, to answer that question, hey, the Lord can deliver us, man, right? But it just goes to show you how bad it was gonna be, a true, a prophet, was kind of shooken up when he first saw this dream, this vision, But we already know now, the Lord gonna deliver us, man. The Lord gonna make sure that we eat, right? The Lord gonna make sure we laugh at these folks, man, that was mocking and scoffing, that wasn't taking their time wisely, man. They took it for granted, It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, right? Meaning bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? We can keep depending on Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Right? That is how we're going to get through. Matter of fact, let me jump down, and I'm going to come back up just to prove the point. Right? 2 Ezra 16 verse 74. Hear, all ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. Right? This port striking is definitely days trouble. Right? Days of trouble. Right? He said, but I will deliver you from the same. Right? So we're going to be able to eat inside these times of hard tribulation, man. Right? The Lord going to have us out of harm's way. The Lord going to have us cooped up inside of a house like how it was in the movie Leave the World Behind with the little girl. We don't have nothing to worry about. We're going to be through it, right? Because it's a part of our testimony as well. Right? The Lord showing those miracles. Right? Let me jump back up. Matter of fact, let me keep going. It says, but I will deliver you from the same. Meaning, so we're gonna be in the midst of Jacob's trouble too. But the thing is, we're gonna be delivered from it, man. He gonna make sure that we're straight. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, is your guide. Right? We're gonna know how to maneuver because of what the Lord's gonna direct our paths, man. Right? Let me jump back up. Just a point, matter of fact, let me grab another scripture, man. And hey, this is a favorite, man. Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Right? Wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Put your 100% trust, 144% trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. And all that was acknowledge him, and he shall direct our paths, right? So the Lord's going to direct us. This right here is the answer, what we will put, for this, that scripture what Edris has said, who shall deliver me? The Lord's going to deliver us, man. We don't know how we're going to eat, but we know we're going to eat, and that's all to it. Right? Matter of fact, and to add on to that, to get the book of 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. No, 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. My bad. For we walk by faith and not by sight. Right? Few words, heavy impact. For we walk by faith, not by sight. The Lord said he's going to do all these things for us, man. Right? I started off with the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 1. Right? If we believe everything, we got to believe everything, man. Right? Let me go back to that 2 Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak on the ears of my people the words of prophecy. We know these things are going to come. Right? We know food famine is going to happen. And we also know what the deliverance that the Lord have done to our forefathers, man. Right? Scripture says, Romans 15 and 4, the things written for our time of learning, through the patience and the comfort of the scripture, that we may have hope. And we seen what happened. We seen how the Lord fed Elijah, man, with the birds. How much more for us in this last time of going through hell, right? Let me jump back down, and I'm almost done. Excuse me. 16, Salaki. It says, 2nd Ezra 16 in verse 19. It said, behold, famine, right? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, right? Hard times and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? And let me grab that word scourges in a definition of my other phone, right? And scourges going to what? A switch, a whip, right? Because this is judgment, right? Because at the end of the day, the Lord's bringing this judgment to, the non-believers. We believe, but we have to be in the mix of it to show the Lord, so the Lord can, so we can, the people can show who the Lord. Come on, words are tied up. So the people will see who the true, men and women the Lord's really dealing with. The one that He's going to deliver out of this situation, right? Going to go through the book of Zechariah, right? 13 and 8 talks about how 1/3 shall be brought through the fire and 2/3 shall be put to death. So the Lord somebody gonna be made an example. Who's He gonna deliver and who's the one He gonna delete, right? Read that back. It says, behold, famine, right? Which we're about to see. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? And it says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, right? Nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, right? And this is a part of it, right? It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, right? Sword, famine, and great confusion, right? And that's what we're about to see with this dock strike. That's going to grow. That's going to lead to what? Like I said earlier, to hyperinflation. The love of many waxing cold. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That's what it's going to lead to, man. And then also, how it was back then, your dollar was really mighty back then. A dollar was real mighty back then. Now it's not. It's not worth shit now, right? All these other countries didn't drop the dollar. So now with them, the dock workers, stopping, this dollar really people are finna really see that the dollar's not shit, man. It don't have no value, right? For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Whew, right? Because a lot of folks ain't got no money. Like I said in the article, it's already hard to make ends meet now, right? It's so the thing is like it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. The Lord going either have you die because of the food, or you gonna die from the ICBM. Either way it go, right? The Lord gonna get rid of you unbelievers, right? But the thing is, this right here, it's coming pretty fast, man. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Shaka. Now we're starting to see, as Christians already said, though it tarry, wait for it. Though it may seem as if it's taking a long time, which is really not, wait for it, it will surely come. And right here we at the doorstep of it. Right, but and I'm gonna close off. Like I said, us believers, of the faith, we're not worrying about this. We ready for it to happen. We actually prove a lot of people wrong. That they should have been believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowing that these prophecies are finna actually pop off, right? Isaiah 65 and 13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua power. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And right, you could plug this back in with 2 Kings 16 and 18. You know, when Esdras was asking, what shall I do? You know? Hey, you're going to eat regardless. You doing the will. You know, we're doing the will of Yahweh Shemashah to the best of our ability. You know? So, hey, this is what the Lord going to repay us with in the time of calamity, man. That's just like, you know, in the book of Jeremiah 30:7, right? He states, excuse me, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? So the Lord's elect, right, is going to be saved out of it, man. But we have to go through it so we can be saved out of it, you know? So I'm going to close out with that. Leave inside the description box the link. And Lord, when this was edifying and to the point, I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Krakadas. Till next time, I say Shalom.